The Raptors with an impressive win over the Atlanta Hawks, 123-121. Welcome to Raptors Tonight. I'm Randy Irvin, joined by Jack Armstrong, Paul Jones, and Jevohn Shepherd. Well, Jack, it was a bit of a track meet to start the game, and then the defense picked up a little bit in the second half for the Raptors. What did you like about what they were doing on that side of the ball?
I just love the energy that they play with tonight. Look, this is a tough back-to-back. Randy, you're in Atlanta, so you understand. It was a late night. It's a long trip. You're coming off a big win at home against the Nets, and fatigue is going to be a factor. You don't have R.J. Barrett tonight. And to me, I thought the Raptors played harder. They had more bounce. They had more pep. They had more energy. They earned the win. So to me, the thing that I take away from this is that this is a really bad loss for Atlanta because this was kind of a scheduled win for them. And this is a great win for the Raptors because they earned it and they deserved it.
Jonesy, is this one of those situations, those rare occasions when maybe the back-to-back was a good thing for the Raptors because you catch Atlanta having not played for so long and the Raptors a little more sharp, especially to start the game?
Well, yeah, that's a great point, Randy, because it looked like Atlanta had the all-star legs. Some of them looked bronzed up like they'd been on the beach. And I got to tell you, they played the first five. They played the first 5 minutes like they were on the beach. I mean, and listen, we talk about it all the time. Confidence is a heck of a thing. The Raptors come roaring out of the gate. They're up like 9-2, 14-3, whatever it was, and all of a sudden they feel like, okay, maybe this is our night. Atlanta makes a run. They're able to withstand, and once a guy gets confident, you got to work really hard to take that away from them because they've had that taste. They've had that feeling. And I thought the Raptors had that feeling early tonight, and they continued to ride it. And then playing into that without R.J. Barrett, it meant opportunity for other guys, and they seized the moment. Grady was terrific. I thought Bruce Brown was big off the bench. Pirtle with 13 rebounds tonight. Scotty was and quickly were definitely the leaders going down the stretch. So, it was tough to kind of knock them off their perch, the Raptors, once they got that start. And I'm sure Atlanta's thinking like, okay, we'll come back. We'll get to them. We'll overcome them. But no, you don't. Not when you let a guy get the feeling that maybe tonight's my night. So I give the Raptors credit. And to your point, Randy, it was a good thing that they had a little bit of a tune-up with Brooklyn the night before, and Atlanta was coming in, as I say, still with all-star legs.
Jonesy, to your point and Jack's point, I think one thing we're forgetting is all the trade deadline stuff is behind everybody now.
Yes.
Right? So these young guys, this is the first time they probably experienced that, being in trade rumors, being in packages, and so forth. But now they can actually just focus on the guys in that locker room and what we're going to do, how we want to play. The coaching staff can focus on this group for this last lap of the season. And I mentioned it to you on air, Scotty Barnes, before the game started, the other four guys, he looked them in their chest and knocked everybody in their chest and looked them in the eyes and said, let's go, right? He took that. And to me, that's a sign of leadership. But for everybody just to be on the same page, and the last two games, we've seen it, right? And again, it's, is it a big test? No, because you played against a Brooklyn team who, just dismissed their coach. You're playing against an Atlanta team who probably shouldn't be a play-in team. That wasn't their goals coming into the season. But if you evaluate it on the progression of the guys in the Raptors locker room, yes, these are two really good wins. And the guys just look refreshed. They look recalibrated. They look like they're playing basketball and having fun.
Yeah, and Jack, on defense, the Raptors looked very organized in how they were approaching trying to slow down Trae Young tonight.
Yeah, no, they did a good job, multiple bodies. They did a good job trying to protect the paint. I think they've really, just talking to Coach Darko yesterday, they're really getting on guys about moving their feet and trying to contain and contest and keep the ball in front of them. And a guy like Trae Young is a load when you talk about that kind of assignment because of his change of pace, change of direction, ability to get in the lane. You got to go above every screen that is set, any handoff action. You always got to be above it. So you're always being stretched out in your coverages. And to me, I think they were up for the task tonight, and give them credit.
Jonesy Olynyk and who was it? Who else had 6 assists? Pirtle, both of them 6 assists.
Yeah,
Uh, Olynyk just really, really fitting in nicely with his team and had some great minutes late in that fourth quarter.
To me, strip away the NBA, strip away the money. If we were going to play on the school, that's how I judge a guy. If we're going to play on the schoolyard, are you picking that guy? Are you picking Kelly Olynyk, a big guy who can rebound, handle the ball? He's got a high basketball IQ, a recognition. He made a move at the end of the game. We always teach kids the old John Wooden. You use the bank shot if you're right-handed on the left side because you're closer. Your hand is closer to the basket, kind of thing. Kelly Olynyk took the ball, knew the shot clock was winding down, did a Jack Sigma reverse pivot, shot a one-footed Dirk Nowitzki fall away off the top of the glass where they don't even clean it because there's nothing but dust up there, and saved the possession. And to me, that says everything about his awareness for the game. He made some terrific passes, just being around the basket, engaging guys defensively so somebody else could get a block. He just knows how to play. He just knows how to play. And it doesn't matter that he's 7 feet because he can play like a 6-footer. And there are times when he doesn't forget he's a 7-footer when he drives and posts up like a Trae Young. So, that's the ultimate compliment to me. If I'm playing in the schoolyard, am I picking this guy? And Kelly Olynyk's a guy that I'm going to pick.
Randy, I don't know what schoolyard Jonesy played in, but he's showing his age. Because when me and you play, we get up and down. Kelly's not fast enough for that. But if I want to win, if I want to get involved, I want a skilled guy. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know which part Jonesy's playing in. We get up and down based on the baseline.
Kelly's the trailer. Hey, he's the trailer. He's in our hood, he was the smart white dude that you picked on your team because you wanted to hold the court.
You had Jonesy going up and down. Jonesy could get up and down, that's for sure. Jevohn, I want to ask about.
Just so you know, when the coach used to say to me, "Armstrong, haul ass," it took me 2 trips.
Well, listen, I said it on the broadcast. We timed Kelly's 40-meter dash with a calendar. I mean, he's not going to break any land speed records, but the guy knows how to play.
There was one possession there where I'm like, man, he just got faster all of a sudden there. I don't know what happened, but I was like, it was a little different than what I was used to.
Yeah, it was in transition. Yeah. He was going about 40 miles per hour, and then he went 40 and a half. Like he got his next game, right? But I remember the play. That's good old Kelly.
Yeah. Jevohn, I want to ask about quickly. Obviously, the coaching staff has implored him to take more shots. And he's been doing that. And he's been really aggressive last night and tonight, 6 of 11 from 3. I really like the fact that his shot selection just looks more in rhythm with the offense.
Yeah, well, they've been pretty clear, and it's pretty imminent just based on watching him play. He's being intentional. Today he went out, and we've seen it yesterday as well. The shots that he's taking, he's coming off for screens, he's pulling up in transition. You can tell that's been a conversation, and it becomes a challenge for a player as well to come outside of yourself, get outside of your shell. I think since he's been traded here, he's been kind of too relaxed and trying to find his way through the team, doesn't want to step on many toes. But right now you're seeing his ceiling, like he's playing his best basketball as a Raptor because he's so aggressive, because he's not thinking the game as much. He's using his tools, using his skill. And I think a big part of that is right now he's getting comfortable using his counters, which he's had in his package, right? Reading the plays, reading the pick and roll, understanding how to play the 2-man game with Pirtle. And because Pirtle's finishing so well under the rim, the defense, the big stepping up, has to do a good job of stopping the ball handler, getting back. And that's when you're seeing IQ use his mid-range, use his floater, or if the defense is playing low, then he's stopping and popping at the 3. But he's being extremely intentional. And this is that next step for him. It's a challenge for him, and we want to see it sustain until the end of the season. But it gives this Raptors team another dimension offensively. It's also going to open up so many things for everybody on the perimeter, especially those rollers.
Yeah. Jack, Scotty Barnes again was terrific, and I know this is a guy that does not lack, confidence in any way, shape, or form. But does it feel like he's even more confident and decisive since the All-Star game in these two contests?
I think we've seen this over the years. Anytime a Raptor player goes to the All-Star break and they have the opportunity to mingle with the greatest players in the world, how can you not come back from that experience and have a little bit more wisdom? I had a high school teacher say one time, sometimes you can see the stars and you can't see the light. And I think he's starting to see the light. And the fact of the matter is he hung out with the stars. But to me, I think he's starting to see the light and what it means to be a star and what it means to show up every night. And Randy, before we got on the air, you joked to me, tonight, hey, it's 9 assists. One night he wants to rebound. Another night he wants to pass. I can't figure the guy out. And to me, I can. I think he's a guy that just figures the game out and says, oh, tonight the team needs me to rebound. I'm going to rebound. Tonight the team needs me to score. I'm going to score. And it's interesting. You watch down the stretch. There were two cool plays. And Coach Starko mentioned it last night, playing out of the post a little bit more down the stretch. Ball got into the post and Scotty Barnes, second defender goes to him. He's a really good player in this league. Anytime you get two guys to the ball, good things happen. What happens? They get a great shot. Kelly Olynyk gets the ball in the post. Ball comes out quick. They get an opposite three. So to me, I think if you look at a guy like Scotty Barnes in particular, he's that guy on your team that can draw the second defender. I love it when a second guy goes to him because he can split it and score with force. And more importantly, he can pass it and knows where to pass it.
Mm-hmm. Jack, I was saying I love that he can do both those things. Let's pause it there.
But it was interesting, right? You said it, you're like, I can't figure it out. One night, it's a different thing. But that's the great thing about him. And
his versatility.
It's a positive problem. It's a great thing.
Yeah, totally. All right, guys, going to stop it there. Next game for the Raptors, Monday against the Pacers, tip-off at 7 p.m. Eastern. Raptors Tonight will go live on YouTube shortly after the game. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.